It's John Beaudin from Rock History Music and one of my favorite artists. Today our guest is Shem von Schroeck. Shem has worked with some of the best, including Toto, Don Felder, Christopher Cross, Ambrosia, Kenny Loggins, Richard Marx, and many more. He's currently concentrating on doing a lot of soundtrack music, one of his loves, and you can listen to it via the link at the very top of the description. So, he's spending a lot of time with Ambrosia lately. Actually filled in for original Ambrosia drummer Burley Drummond a little while ago when he wasn't feeling 100%. And for any of you fans, you know, Shem is an amazing drummer. But we talk about Toto in this clip and who he still talks to in the band. Still talk to some of the guys?
Most of Billy. Warren just had a birthday. Talked to him. He's Steve Picaro and I send each other our music that we're working on because they're composer. Joe will reach out. Shannon Forrest and I just spoke recently. So yeah, and I still am in contact because of the friendships with people that are still on that crew behind the scenes. So yeah.
What about
I don't not all of the guys.
Yeah.
But the you know, if I was one of 8, I still talk to 5.
Yeah. How you been, man? Let's start. How's everything?
Busy, making my own schedule. Right. Because at least for right now with the composing, it's I'm able to, I always say I never know what I'm going to be working on the next day because it's like I've got always 3 or 4 different projects going on at once. And it's kind of like I'll work on one for a couple of days and I need a break from that. I go to the other one. And the formula or that way of doing things hasn't bit me yet. So I'm able to finish stuff on time and get them done, but I don't get burnt out on one thing. You know, I can move. It's like, okay, had it with that one for a while, and I'll move to the other project, work on that for a day or 2 or 3, and then so I never know what I'm going to work on from one day to the next. It's kind of cool.
How do your siblings react to you playing with all these iconic, and then you making such a name for yourself as well?
They love it. My sister especially. My sister's a brilliant musician who just didn't love the profession enough to pursue it. That's my opinion. But my gosh, she's incredibly talented and could have done something either as a singer or as a violinist. She's amazing. But she loves it. She loves it, loves being able to come out to the shows when she could. And my brother too, they've all come to see me. My parents too, both of them still always support me and come out when I'm geographically convenient.
I'm not sure. I probably asked you this before and I've forgotten. Did you guys ever jam together, all the family?
We did. In my teenage years, we had a family band where I played bass, guitar, and sang, and we all sang. So we had like these really rich Brian Wilson type 5/5 harmonies that we would do. My brother played drums, my dad on keyboards, my mom sang, and my sister played violin. And anything that was a sax solo on a record that we did as a cover, she played it on the violin. She'd learn the solo and play it. And she could also play a little mandolin too. So we had a full rhythm section and some vocals going on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, tell me about the rock icons. I wasn't familiar with that. I don't know why I never saw that video. How far back is that, and how did that get started?
We did our first show of that in 2012 with the Calgary Philharmonic. And that started because I was in Houston with Loggins, and he was doing a symphony show. And the way that worked was the Houston Symphony was doing the first part of the show, their Pops program, and then Loggins did the second 50 minutes or to an hour using the symphony, and I was conducting. The conductor of the first half and I met and started talking, and I started telling him about my opera background. I started telling him about my classical stuff. And what he does is he's kind of the Arthur Fiedler of today. I call him. I don't know if you remember who Arthur Fiedler was.
Of course, Boston Pops.
Boston Pops, exactly. He puts together very clever shows for symphony to try to keep symphony more interesting for the younger clientele and to get.
Is this the guy that's in a lot of those videos?
Yeah, he is the guy. He's the conductor.
Wow.
Okay. So long story short, he said, I'm putting together a thing called the Rock Tenors, which is what it was originally called. And it was just classic rock songs sung by three guys. You know, there was the three tenor things was going on. The three Irish tenors, the three Mexican tenors, the three this
Canadian tenors,
yeah, anything. The cowboy tenors, anything. So he wanted to build on that. We put that show together, and then since then, I've done other shows with him. The Vinyl Years was another one. There was one with singer Storm Large, which she and I did a thing called UK Rocks, and we did all British classic rock. And the novelty of that show is I sang all the women's songs and she sang all the guy songs. So I'm doing stuff by the Eurythmics, and I'm doing stuff, and she's doing stuff by Peter Gabriel, and then we do some duets. So that's how that started. And Michael Krajewski is the conductor I'm mentioning, and he just puts together some really clever shows. He has one show that I'm not involved with called Cirque du Soleil Symphony, or Cirque de la Symphonie. And it's all these performers that get out in the front while the symphony's behind. And he's just clever about that. People love his shows.
We'll have more from Shem von Schroeck coming up the next few days. We'll also have bonus clips on our Patreon, which only our Patreon members will see. You can join up. The links are at the very top of the description. Also, if you want to make a donation to the channel, there are links there as well. Make sure you comment on our videos. We read all the comments. Subscribe to our channel, like our video, and share them on social media. I'm John Beaudin. This is Rock History Music.